He was still in absolute agony, and then just to send him home to die.
In September 2015, Jack Moate underwent surgery at one of Britain's most respected hospitals. 2 months later, he died. Now we've seen a letter admitting that the operation left him with fatal physical harm. It was carried out by this surgeon, Kuldeep Stohr. She's now suspended and hundreds of her operations are being reviewed. But it's far, far too late for 9-year-old Jack.
I just wasn't expecting the news to be as horrific as it was.
A boy full of joy and full of love. Jack Moate was just 9 when he died. For a decade, his mum believed it was through natural causes. Now she's learned Jack suffered fatal physical harm during surgery weeks before his death.
It destroyed me, to be honest. To sit there, to be told in a room that your son has had a fatal outcome from a surgery, and I just wasn't expecting the news to be as horrific as it was. Every single day I relive everything over and over again, and all the things, all the times and opportunities Addenbrooke's had to save my son's life and chose not to. There were so many missed opportunities where his life could have been saved or something could have happened different, and it just wasn't. And since then I really still had no answers either.
Jack was a boy with complex needs. He'd gone into Addenbrooke's hospital in Cambridge for a hip operation to improve his mobility. In a letter sent to his mum, concerns about technical aspects of the surgery were later highlighted. It showed the fixation on the left to have pulled through the bone, leaving it unhealed and unstable. Jack also suffered significant blood loss. The outcome was fatal.
I work in a major trauma centre where I look after adults and children.
Only a month after Jack's operation did surgeon Dr. Kuldeep Stohr request an X-ray. Despite it showing bones out of place, she discharged him.
The X-ray is as clear as day that there was a very large problem, with it, and nothing was done. I don't know why you can look at an X-ray, a basic X-ray, and miss something so big. It's bad enough that the operation itself, as you know, did not go well and was very wrong. But then to go that step further, to bring him back 4 weeks later, to then X-ray him and then again see quite clearly that there is a massive problem, and then just to send him home to die. He was still in absolute agony, and no matter how many times I reached out, there was trust the process. He's healing fine. But as we know now, he wasn't healing fine, and he never stood a chance.
And he died in an incredible amount of pain.
He did, yeah.
Jack's death was reviewed as part of an ongoing investigation into 800 procedures carried out by Dr. Stohr at Addenbrooke's, the vast majority on children, many with disabilities. The first review, over 10 years ago, raised concerns about her surgical technique and decision-making. Reviews since reveal that Cambridge University Hospital Foundation Trust failed to act upon the findings. In total, 32 opportunities to intervene were missed. It allowed Dr. Stohr to continue surgeries for another 7 or 8 years, during which time she operated on hundreds more children. We know of 800 cases, but how many more could there be?
It could run into the thousands.
Elizabeth Moate represents many of the families and believes the Trust's lack of action is inexcusable.
It shows a complete lack of care for patient safety. It shows a complete lack of wanting to support their own staff in terms of the work they were doing. And it shows a complete lack of honesty with patients who are being operated on by this surgeon, and no duty of candour was given to any of those patients.
In terms of the Trust, how deep does the level of wrongdoing go?
It's wrongdoing at every level. It's wrongdoing from the surgeon herself. It's wrongdoing from the people that manage the surgeon. It's wrongdoing from the department. It's wrongdoing from the clinical division. It's wrongdoing from the Trust board and the management of the Trust. So it's a failure absolutely at every level, and they have failed the patients that have been operated on by this individual surgeon that have come to harm.
The Trust declined our request for an interview on camera. Instead, its Chief Medical Officer has offered unreserved apologies for the failings in Jack's care, confirming that details have now been passed to the coroner. They wouldn't comment on the possibility of other deaths being linked to the same surgeon, but we understand they'll continue to contact families as soon as their cases have been reviewed.
Let's talk a little bit more about this concept that I'm trying to introduce you to.
Despite repeated fresh efforts to contact Dr. Stohr, her legal team has referred us to previous comments insisting she always strives to provide the highest standards of care to her patients. She is currently suspended by the Trust, but is free to practice elsewhere, albeit with restrictions placed on her.
Oh, he was a wonderful boy.
What do you miss most about Jack?
His cuddles and smiles. Yeah, he lit up a room.
Families want an inquiry to establish why, for so long, the Trust failed to act on concerns over Dr. Stohr. Elizabeth says she was Jack's voice in life and now is his voice in death. Rachel Townsend, ITV News, Cambridge.